I've been encouraged to make more videos. So if you've not been here before, I am Blaze. I play Marvel Future Fight amongst many other games, and I try to give advice being a star creator and being someone who's been playing this game for quite some time. There's still things I'm learning about this game all the time. But if we don't talk about the stuff we learn and share it with other people, how are other people supposed to learn about it as well? One of the biggest ways that I learn is I get on Twitch and I stream, and people watch me, and then some of my friends who've been playing this game as long as me or close to it yell at me for choices I make, and I learn stuff as I'm streaming. But no, seriously, in all seriousness, I do learn a lot from streaming and interacting with people through streams. The streaming community for Marvel Future Fight has always been a fantastic one. The forums have a tendency to be toxic, but the streaming communities always seem to be on the positive side, and people are usually willing to try to help you. So I want to talk really quick about Otherworld Battle and things to consider. Some things that people are overlooking. So if you're not doing Otherworld Battle, I highly recommend you do it because you can get rewards for it. So you have these different leagues that you can be in up here, and depending on which league that you get, depends on the types of rewards you get at the end of that season. So after a season is complete, you get a whole bunch of rewards. The more points, the higher you are. So Challenger is like the top. I typically end up in Challenger towards the end. Sometimes I get stuck in Vibranium, but I'm typically in Challenger. I'm not like high-end PvP character or player. I don't have a lot of PvP stuff on my account. I don't have a card set aimed at it. I just kind of casually play, but I do have some tier 4 PvP characters, so I at least have the chance to compete and try to push up there. One of the things to look at is you have this set your team option. A lot of people overlook this, and this drives me nuts. You see all this debuff, 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 debuff. If you are debuffing a character, if it has that little tag on it, it's like dropping the character's hit points to a ridiculously low amount. So if you're playing with a meta character, even if they're at tier 4 and they're getting one shot, check, are they debuffed? It's very important every time a season resets and the new debuff is changed, you want to switch up your team. If you're not doing that, start doing it now. Go here. If it says red debuff, just pull them out. Some people have a strategy. They'll use characters like Wasp, or they'll use characters like Strife. These characters have these built-in, they call it RAD, right? Removes all debuffs at the bottom there. So when you are playing in a PvP setting, you have characters that are going to debuff. That means slow them down, take away their hit points, take away their damage, or it's going to lock them up like time freezing or webbing or something like that. It's a debuff. It makes them weaker. So removes all debuffs, and it says here every 12 seconds. Every 12 seconds, anything debuffing your character is removed so that they can be back at full capacity. That's very important in PvP settings, especially in Timeline. A lot of people use RAD leadership or RAD support. Well, the nice thing about Strife with this uniform here is all allies are getting RAD. And over here with Wasp, I think it's her passive. Yeah, so RAD 20 seconds versus the 12 seconds is going to, again, all allies just by being on the team. As far as I understand it, and I could be wrong on this, but the way that I understand this is having one of them on your Otherworld Battle team is basically going to give everyone a passive remove debuffs. But I also think someone in slot 1 who has a leadership, it's supposed to apply the RAD as well. So there's things to consider. Most of the people I've been talking to, and I'm not a PvP focused person, I'm an AB focused person, Alliance Battle, is that if you are going to play, you just want to overwhelm them with strong characters, not worry about the RAD. Since I've switched away from that, I do seem to be doing a little better, so it's not really that big of a deal. It's always difficult to make choices, and if you don't have a good fleshed out roster, you're going to struggle in Otherworld Battle. If you do have a decently fleshed out roster, there's a Battlefield shop. And if you are not going through your Battlefield shop and going through and buying stuff like Souls of the Falcine, as you can see I've purchased recently, you are missing out. You can save up stuff and buy things out of the shop. Now, in my personal opinion, I think the CTP chest and I think the Odin's Blessings chest are a little bit too expensive. I would never buy the swords because I think it's a waste of money. Over here, I would never buy the runes or the selector. I think those are both a waste of money. Cosmic Cube Fragments, Essence of Dimension, Titan Component Pack, as needed. I have so much because I've been playing for so long, I never need them, so I think that these are to be avoided because they're pretty easy to farm. Same thing I would say about Awakening Crystals and delay gem fragments. In both of these cases, like if you need them, go for it, but I usually avoid them personally because I have like a real high-end account because of how long I've been playing for, and I spend money, and I'm a star creator, so I get crystals every month. I try to focus in on tier 4 mats. So for me, it's always Life Seeds, Carbonadium, and Souls of the Faltine. So just be aware how much you're getting out of it. Like 20 runes for 350, it's not worth the effort you put into it, in my opinion. So just make your choices smart. When you're doing the battlefield buffs, you're picking stuff that's going to help your team, you're equipping it, and you want to level it up. So you don't just buy it, but you actually go over here, and if I, go to set team, and I deploy, battlefield deployment over here on the right, you can see the level. So my level 6 here, I'm getting 45% increase, and it's max level. Over here, like something level 1, I mean, you can see this is like 10% and 50%, but if I level it up, it shows an increase. So leveling this stuff up and equipping it with the right characters when you're switching them around can make a huge difference. Honestly, at the end of the day, as long as you have 5 of these selected and you level up some of them, the main thing that they're going to do is feed into your daily rewards. So when you're going through here and you're done playing for the day and you do your clears, you are going to get rewards for playing for how much that you cleared. So making sure that you're maximizing your rewards and making sure that you're doing all your daily stuff is going to just help you more and more in the long run. So keep that in mind. Take your time, pace yourself, read stuff, ask questions. If you haven't been on Twitch, jump on, say hi sometime. You can join my Discord if you want to hang out with some other folks. Most of them are pretty friendly on there. And there are plenty of other people who also stream on YouTube, on Twitch. Meet them, talk to them. Most of them are pretty helpful. So anyway, thank you for watching. I'll catch you next one.